I'm going to Walter Reed Hospital. I think I'm doing very well, but we're going to make sure that things work out.
President Trump tests positive for the coronavirus just days after a chaotic debate. This is your 2020 fix. The first presidential debate of the year brought plenty of interruptions, lots of insults, and very few in the way of substantive answers.
I'm not going to answer the question because
the
question is
Justice, radical left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen,
And in the aftermath, it had many calling for a change in the rules of how these debates are conducted. The president at the debate repeated many of his previous comments, downplaying the coronavirus, questioning the efficacy of masks, and even ridiculing his opponent, Joe Biden, for wearing masks even when he's not close to other people.
I don't wear masks like him. Every time you see him, he's got a mask. He could be speaking 200 feet away from it. He shows up with the biggest mask I've ever seen.
Because of how things went down at the first debate, there was already talk about how the rules might be changed going forward. Then we got the biggest change of all, the president testing positive for the coronavirus, throwing future debates into question. The recommended quarantining period after coming down with the virus is 14 days. That accounts for about half of the period between Trump's positive test and the November election. And it's going to significantly curtail his ability to hold public events and possibly even attend a debate in 2 weeks. It will also affect how his campaign and the White House are able to conduct business over the coming weeks. With White House advisors, including Hope Hicks and RNC chairwoman Ronna McDaniel also coming down with the virus, there are questions about just how much the virus might have already spread within these organizations. In the meantime, the Trump campaign and the White House are going to have to figure out how to conduct business, even as they're still trying to get a handle on the size of the problem in their own ranks. While the next presidential debate is in about 2 weeks, there is a vice presidential debate next week. And if Vice President Pence was even exposed to the president in the immediate term before he came down with the virus, health officials recommend that you are supposed to quarantine for at least 14 days. The campaign is now going to have to figure out how to move forward and how to run a campaign mostly behind scenes for a couple weeks. The president and the Trump campaign have already been ridiculing Joe Biden for running a campaign supposedly out of his basement.
This is not a matter of politics. It's a bracing reminder to all of us that we have to take this virus seriously.
Over the next 2 weeks, they're going to have to figure out how they can run a campaign virtually and try to make a comeback.